Good morning, everyone. I'm Matt Jordan from Jordan Fabrics here in Grants Pass, Oregon. I have a lot of fun and exciting things to do today, at least I think they are. Let's get started. Hey again.
Hey, Matt.
Let's start with some coffee today, of course. Good. We've been getting a lot of fabric in, and we're sorting a lot of it and arranging it. And one of my favorites came in, Kaffe Fassett prints from Free Spirit. I've absolutely loved these from the first time a rep showed them to me. I don't know how long Kaffe's been doing it, but it was the first year they had them. And they still have some of the same designs. This design is an original, for sure. I recognize it. It's very distinctive. Love the colors, love the line. We got this in two big pallets, and the fabric, if you order, a lot of fabric, it comes on pallets in trucks, and the companies pack it up like so, and they just stack it up. This is fabric from Henry Glass, which is associated with, it's the same company that also makes the Kaffe fabric. It's Javtex Corporation in New York. My plan for the Kaffe Fassett, just one of the plans, is to do log cabins, which I've traditionally done in a blue and a red combo, and I've really enjoyed it, and I think the customers do too. So what I've done is there's 6 prints in each of these stacks, and what I'm going to do is in each block in the log cabin, it's going to have 6 different prints in that size block, 2 of each. For instance, if this is a 3 1/4 inch stack, James, it'll have 2 pieces of each of these in the 12 block kit in the 3 1/4 inch by 1 7/8 stack. Okay, so I'm using 72 prints total here.
Do you have a log cabin kit somewhere?
I've got Jen, can we look at that one?
I have one corner where it's supposed to have.
Thank you. All right, so this is the sample we've made, and we still got some more sewing to do on it, but I'll lay it out over here, and you can see Jen's working on the border. She's just getting started, but you can see the patchwork. So this quilt here has all the fabrics that are in those stacks over there. In there. So for instance, this print right here, you'll only see it, it's this size only, and it's only going to be in the quilt 2 times. Somewhere else.
Right here?
Yeah, this print, for instance, right here. Oh.
Yeah, right here.
James, I think you found it. You found it.
Okay.
Okay, and actually, this particular quilt has 24 blocks.
Okay,
so in
so
this
it'll be
24 blocks, it's going to be 4 times. Yes.
Okay.
So I'm glad I thought of that before. You found another one, James, and said, Dad, there's one right here. So, yeah, so each print will be in here 4 times.
And is this 2 different, this is kind of like your light and dark sides?
Well, yes, James. I generally think of log cabin contrast, right? I generally think light and dark.
Okay.
But in this case, it's red and blue, and I just personally happen to like the red, just a personal thing, a little more than the blue. So I use it as kind of there's a little more red in here, James.
Okay.
There's one piece in here in the largest piece in this log cabin is here, and it's larger than any other piece that's in the quilt. Otherwise, there's the same amount of light and the same amount of darks, but this one piece separates it from all the others. There's got to be a final big piece.
You get a little bit more of that color.
A little bit more red,
okay.
Yeah. The other thing that I've continued to work on for a few days now is the Kaleidoscope pattern. And this print right here from Wilmington Designs I thought might be interesting. And so I cut some 60-degree pieces, 5 inches, 5-inch strips, and I'll show you over here. This one. And once again, with a 60-degree, you can make the point anything you want. You can make the center anything you want. I'm just gonna put it together. Pretty cool.
Very cool.
Yeah. See how that's gonna be.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then you can flip it if you want to.
Yeah. So what should we do here? Let's
Put
try like
those
this.
in. Okay.
We'll go with this is another way this could be sewn together. Also very attractive, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah. Really
Yeah,
enjoying
I
that
like
Kaleidoscope,
this.
James. Yeah.
Yeah.
You like
very
that little
cool.
like wreath, huh?
Yeah,
With
that's
flowers.
good.
Yeah.
The butterflies. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. See this? There's a butterfly right there, James.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really
Pretty
cool.
amazing what you can do. So I've really been enjoying doing this. I also ordered some 108-inch wide material in the Kaffe Fassett prints. And you know, they're great for backings. And I was thinking about, I saw this pattern, these right here, which I thought was very unique. I think that's, this is so unique, I just had to buy it. And I thought, and then I saw this as I was buying it also, when I was looking at the fabrics. And I thought, in my mind right away, I thought, I'm gonna do a throw blanket for like a couch or something.
Oh yeah.
You know, it'd be really cool.
That'd be
And
great.
someone might like it. And this is on one side, this is on the other. And you get like a black background cape or something, James, with a little bit of print in it, and run that as the binding.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
You know how people throw couch blankets over the couches and use them to stay warm while you
Oh,
watch
yeah.
TV? Something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
It
that'd
just,
be
I
great.
thought it was so cool.
Yeah.
The first thing I'm going to work on today is getting started on cutting these log cabins. So I've labeled on the ends of the bolts where there's no writing the size I'm going to cut each of these to. So if these get scrambled, for instance, this one is another size, 37 inches. These are 42s, and that's how I, try to stay organized. Two barely legible, James. sometimes the fabrics aren't wide enough to get the complete cut. So if I see it down a little bit, and I'm not sure that when I'm cutting strips, I'll make it to the top, sometimes I can hit selvage, which I don't want to do. So I just move that
When
up.
you say it's not wide enough, what do you mean?
Well, let's say, for instance, James, that this fabrics are just barely wide enough to do what we want to do sometimes.
From the
from
fold?
the fold to the
Oh,
selvage.
okay,
To the selvage.
okay.
So if I see it, if I have any suspicion at all that it's too low, now this would be way too low. Let's
Yeah.
pretend that it was rolled like that
Yeah, it would.
on the
You
bolts,
would
and
make
sometimes
it.
they are, but rarely.
Okay.
But even if it's a little bit, I just like to kind of creep it so it's even.
Okay.
So that as I cut those, I'll cut
So
this
both
way first.
selvages are even
Are basically
here.
even, so that
Okay.
yeah, I get more length of actual fabric to cut that way.
I see.
Yeah. When you're ironing, just a quick little tip, these are all relatively flat, I could tell when I rolled them out, but if you use your hands before you iron it, you can't always see where the wrinkles are, but you can sure feel them with your hands. Your hands will tell you a lot. So let's take a peek at this. See, it's kind of rolled up here. So before I actually start to iron the whole thing, I'll just improve that edge right there. Make it match the rest of it. It's good. These extra pieces I've been getting some questions about, and we put these into bags, and they're in our customer service area, and people come in there and pick them up and use them for various craft projects. So the reason I want to be careful when I iron and lay them out is I don't know how much room I'll actually have on each particular fabric, how high it'll let me come. Most of the time I make every single cut, but I line them up straight here so I can bring the template, this final cut template here, right down low, having very little scrap here. Probably that's a little bit too low, but something in that neighborhood there. And then I'll begin cutting, and you'll see at the end, I'll probably have some left over, and I'll have made a good cut. can see we have plenty here. So I'm talking, I never want to cut into the selvage, of course, because that's not good to sew with and there's no print on it, but this is plenty of room. And that's nice. And then the pieces. This is the biggest piece in our log cabin. And in this case, there's 2 of every print because of the way we're cutting this log cabin in these stacks. And these are stacks of a total of 12 fabrics, 12 individual pieces. 6 times 2 is 12. Welcome back, everyone. Today I have a bunch of projects that I really need to clean up, so to speak. They're kind of halfway done. Is some cutting, ironing, stacking, and if I have time, we'll open some fabric boxes later. Let's get moving.
So what are these here you're working on?
So these are table runners. These are table runners. So
And what line is this?
this is the. Jen, do you remember what line this was from Clothworks? Naturescape. That's what
Naturescape. Okay, great.
So many names, so much fabric.
Yeah.
So we're finishing up this Naturescape. We're finishing up these runners today. We'll be stacking those and putting those on boards.
Great. Are these for a log cabin, a table runner?
Yeah,
or a...
these are going to be for table runners as well as 12 blocks.
Great.
Kind of clear the lines to get started. This fabric cut off the bolts in the rough cutting really nicely. Most of it is very flat.
Is it metallic or is it just have
No,
nice
it's
little...
just little dots, James. That's like
yeah.
a white dot, yeah. Because I was checking it out too. It does look relatively like metallic. You got some gray in there, you know, that kind of almost looks
good.
silverish, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. With the digital printing, James, they can print this cloth, and it almost looks like batik now.
Oh yeah.
You know, so it's just kind of a hybrid batik look to this. You know.
Oh yeah.
This looks
Oh,
very
it's kind of
doesn't it?
batik.
I mean, you could, if I was in a store and someone said, "Guess what? This is batik or just regular cotton prints." That's batik. It's digital printed. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. For the runners, I'm going to take 2 of the strips off. For the 33 runners we're going to do, and just set them aside for later. Cut these into the 12 block pieces. This should be cut already. Yeah, okay. And so we have the start of the log cabins, center squares, and the small square on the light side.
And is this just to kind of see,
It's just a guide.
just a guide to see if it's about the right?
Yeah, make sure it's the right size.
Okay.
Since I haven't done a bunch of these, so
Okay.
I need the training wheels. Got my cutter. Okay, next side's done.
How long can you run the irons for at a time?
I will say, Jim, continuous ironing before putting water in about 30 minutes, 45 minutes.
Does the iron overheat ever? Do you have to give it a break?
I've never had an iron overheat. The manufacturer's recommendation is about 2 hours.
Okay.
And
do you go over that sometimes?
sometimes we might go a little bit over that, but not very often.
Not too bad.
Not very often. This fabric from Clothworks was put on the bolts so nicely that I really barely need to iron this. Once in a while, when There's a lot of ironing to do. I will do one side like you see me do most of the time, and I check with my hands on to be sure there's nothing, because I can feel what's on the back side. But if you ever, sometimes the fabric doesn't come in very nice, or it's got a lot of wrinkles, just flip the thing over and do both sides. My hand right here. Okay.
Dad,
Yes.
Almira brought me Taco Bell. What are you gonna have for lunch?
Taco Bell, excellent. James, today I'm going to have a yogurt,
Okay.
and before I get the yogurt out, I'm going to defrost these frozen blueberries.
Okay.
So we defrost those, put them in the bowl, put
Yeah.
the yogurt on top, and then I've got some tree nuts I'm going to put on top of that.
Excellent.
That's about right.
So tell us about how did you start doing quilting stuff with Mom?
How did I start quilting with your mom?
Yeah.
It's a very good question. Well, you know, I met your mom in high school, 1975. And she had, at the time, James, a sewing hobby. We started dating then in our senior year in high school. And she had a sewing hobby. And on the weekends, sometimes we were driving around, she'd want to stop at the fabric store.
Yeah.
And go in there and look at fabrics, and she wanted to make a dress or whatever she was going to make, a shirt, I don't know.
Yeah.
But she loved it, and it was something she just did on her own. I think she had taken some, sewing classes in junior high and liked it.
Yeah.
And her mom didn't sew anything, but she did like it.
Yeah.
So anyway, I, kind of introduced me to fabric. Like, I don't know fabric from. My mom did a little sewing, but anyway, so that was 1975. We both went to different colleges after we graduated from high school. 1 year, James, in fact, it was 1977. She came back from college, and first time I saw her, we were going to the beach, and she handed me this big wrapped something, soft. And I opened it up, and it was a quilt with beach seams in it that she had made. And so it was really cool.
Yeah.
I liked it. It had a big sun in it, and it had like kind of waves and surfboards and things like that.
Yeah.
She had, applique, and anyway, still didn't know anything about anything. That summer, she wanted to try to sell some of her items. She had seen items for sale, pillows and this and that and the other, and she said, she just wanted to try it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she wanted to go sell them, and the Ventura swap meet was a good swap meet to go to. It had a lot of people that came to it, 50 miles north of LA on the coast.
Okay.
She made a quilt at home, hand tied it on the floor at her parents' house.
Yeah.
And she made some other little things, and we drove up for the swap meet early one Saturday morning, very early, very excited, ate at the Denny's in Ventura, and then went to the swap meet, set up the booth, and there's all kinds of merchandise there. It's a swap meet, flea market, outdoor.
This is not a quilting show. It's
This
just
was
kind of
a swap
everything.
meet,
Okay.
everything, outdoors in Ventura, and you're sitting in the parking lot at the Ventura County Fairgrounds, and there's waves breaking, you know, you can see the waves breaking. Like, there's a beautiful view.
Yeah,
Nothing
yeah,
else.
yeah.
I thought I'm going. So and I helped her set up the booth and everything. And then she set it all up. And the lady in the next booth, I forget what she was selling, but she came running over. I want that quilt.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Right away. Right when we got there. And,
Yeah.
and Donna asked her, would you mind, I'll sell it to you, and it was sold, but can I keep it for display? Because maybe I can take some orders from people when they see it. And so anyway, she ended up taking like 8 orders that day for quilts, and sold a bunch of her little pillows and little baby quilts she had brought. And I say a bunch, I'm talking, you know, half a dozen of this, you know.
You just made a few.
She made it, you know, and that was really cool. So that's how I was kind of introduced to what she was doing. Well, should I continue the story, or is it?
Yeah, no,
Or-
please. Totally just hanging.
I'll leave.
Yeah.
I'll tell you how I really got involved.
Yeah.
I'll tell you how I really got involved. Sometime, just a little while later, I don't know, I can't remember exactly, maybe a month or 2 later, we went to the Rose Bowl swap meet, same outcome.
Yeah.
But then she wanted to try to sell these things into stores, you know, because we both had talked. We had gone to college for a couple of years ago. What are we going to do with our life? You know, she actually was studying engineering. She's got that kind of mind. I didn't have that kind of mind. I was going to do something. No, I'm teasing. But she wanted to try to sell some to a store.
Yeah.
And I remember, you know, she was a little bashful about calling the store and asking. So, you know, I said, I'll tell you what, I'll call and try to get an appointment at Sims Home Fashions, which was a bedding and drapery store in Alhambra, California, right on Main Street. And some people who know that area back then will remember that. It was a larger store, but just one store.
Yeah.
And I called up and asked to speak to whoever does the buying for the store, you know, and I told them what our deal was.
How old were you about at this point?
21.
Okay.
Because I'm born in 57, and this was not 2021.
2021.
Yeah. So I call, get the appointment, and it's the actual owner who's going to look at the. Donna made some little samples, James, and you know, patterns she wanted to do, and made a price sheet of queen size is this much, king size is this much.
Okay, yeah.
We went in. I knew a little bit about this. I started showing the gentleman. Ezra Levy was his name. I remember this day. A really nice dude.
Yeah.
I know he thought we were just absolutely crazy. These young, who are these young kids? You know, he's buying from big manufacturers and stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
And anyway, we go in there, spend about 20 minutes showing him the items. If there's a technical question, I refer to Donna, of course. And
Yeah.
you know, Donna was very good at speaking to somebody in person like that. She's, you know, she's believable, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And so we saw him thinking, you know, as we were doing, he was just quiet, listening. And we get to the end of our presentation, and he says, "I'll take 10 queens and 10 king size sets."
Yeah.
Well, we just kind of looked like this. Oh my God, we just hit the lottery. You know, we said, "Thank you, Mr. Levy." We grabbed all our stuff, ran out of the store, had to figure out how we were going to make this stuff.
Yeah.
I think when we first started that, we were upstairs at my mom's house, at my parents' house at the time, at my mom and dad's house.
Work area.
Yeah, that upstairs room, you know,
Yeah,
off in
yeah.
the bedroom, it was empty. So we said,
yeah.
"Hey, Mom, Dad, can we use this for something? We gotta
Make some stuff.
I went and rented a sewing machine for Donna to sew on at Pasadena, a more of an industrial style machine like we use at Pasadena
The
Sewing
faster?
Machine Company. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And then James, now your original question was, Dad, how did you get into it? That's how I got into it.
Yeah. That's good.
And I experimented with sewing myself.
How'd that go?
Obviously started. The machines
It's
were
hard.
too small and
Sewing
I
is
was too
difficult.
big, and
Okay.
sewing is difficult.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
but I didn't fit exactly. You can adjust whatever, but it wasn't my
Sure,
bag.
Okay.
But then I started doing cutting and things like that, and things I could do well.
Yeah.
You know, that came easy to me. So that's how I got into it.
Yeah.
And we
that's
eventually
good.
moved to a little shop on Garfield Avenue in Alhambra.
Okay.
And and went from there, and it's just been a glorious ride ever since. One of these
Yeah.
days, I'll have to show you, James. We have a ledger book that my grandfather Carl made for us, where we'd go to. He'd help us do books, because not that we
Okay.
needed that much help, but
Yeah.
there's little it's all hand done ledger with all the
Okay.
numbers of people that, little stores that owed us money, fabric companies we owed money to,
Okay.
dates.
Yeah.
That's how I,
We'll have to get it out
that's how I know
sometime.
we started in 1977. Yeah, because it's right
Yeah.
there. It's
That's
an amazing
cool.
little book.
Did you get the quilts done for the store?
Yeah, we were a little later than we thought, and I kept calling him,
Yeah.
Mr. Levy, we're going to be a little later than we this is a big
Yeah,
order for
yeah.
us, and it's taking us a little more time. I think it took us about a month to get those 20 sets done, but
Wow,
that's
pretty
not bad.
fast.
That's
No,
not bad.
That's very fast.
So,
yeah.
yeah, that's how we learned how to move.
Yeah.
Loving the whole time, James.
Good,
Loving the
good.
whole thing.
Yeah, that's fine.
Your mom was in heaven.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
that's good.
Me too. That's the story, James, on that. Welcome back, everyone. We actually made it to the weekend. James and I got busy with some things late in the week. Today, though, I have a jelly roll I've been wanting to cut, and it's some fabrics from Wilmington Fabrics, and I'm going to run over and let's get started. Okay, I'm going to move a little bit of stuff here, but this is the line right here. And it's the colors up on the top here. Really beautiful earth tones.
And then these also?
Yes. Isn't
Excellent.
that pretty? That's the only thing about Saturdays. There's no help.
You got me.
Hey, James, I'm happy to do it.
Alright, good.
Let's go.
It smells good like coffee in here.
Yes, I've made a few cups this morning. Brewed a few pots of coffee, James.
Good,
Been
good.
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 Yeah. I have two of each color, as I said, and we'll start to put this out, and then I'll separate it kind of from dark to light. Doesn't have to be perfect. This is called Dry Brush. It's a collection that Wilmington Fabrics has as a basic, and it's got a little. It's just got, they call it dry brush, and you can kind of see why. It does look like someone took a paintbrush and just used different colors and kept brushing it on. It's got a nice texture to it, nice colors. I've got them all laid out now. My greens all together, a little bit of yellow, gold, so to speak, and some oranges, purples.
And why do you like to lay them out in kind of light to dark or a different color scheme?
You know, James, it helps us when we cut a specialty cut and we
Okay.
can find colors quickly that we want to look for.
Yeah.
Let's say I want to say, oh, how many greens do I have? What greens do I have to choose from here?
Okay.
Okay, there's the greens. Here's the oranges. Here's the purples.
Yeah.
Here's black with some grays. It just helps us identify quickly if we're doing custom cuts and things like that.
Okay.
So it's just a habit we've gotten into. And I just like the way it looks too. For instance, if you're making a jelly roll,
Yeah.
and when you fold them, it looks really pretty.
Oh yeah,
You know,
'cause
to
the
have
color
all the
kind of
colors
grade.
together. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then a customer can kind of see what's in it too.
Awesome.
Okay.
Tell us about this table has like an extraordinary number of markings.
Yes.
I was just noticing because we don't normally cut on this table. This is more the. What would you say this table is used for more often?
It is, James, it's used for rolling out like I'm doing, what we call rough cutting.
Okay.
So I'm going to cut all of these fabrics into 21.5-inch cuts.
Yeah.
You know, however many we do. And from there, we're going to move it on to more exact cutting, which I tend to do over on my table.
And all these numbers are just different.
Correspond to different lengths we want to cut. It's actually measured from the edge of the table, James, is where we start. So if you were to measure from the edge to here, it's 6.5 inches.
Okay.
And then we just go out, and then we just repeat. You know, I think we go up to, the biggest is probably 40 some inches up here.
Okay.
And that 40 will repeat down the row there, so we can do multiples of the different size that we want.
But these are all just different numbers for different pre-cuts?
Yes, different
kits?
pre-cuts are things that we cut over and over again.
Okay.
Things
Wow.
that, you know, yes, pre-cuts
Yeah,
that we use,
great.
specialty pre-cuts.
Cool.
On this last piece of fabric that I rolled out here, when I started, I noticed that there was a little crease in the fabric. We're going to iron these, but sometimes when there's a crease or wrinkle or something, we've got a spray bottle near us. We'll just spray that crease a little bit. And I don't know if you can see it, but it just
then-
relaxes. It relaxes the threads.
Even before the ironing
Even
to
before
just
the
help
ironing.
it.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this one isn't bad at all.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes they come off the bolts not that great. But this
Okay.
just relaxes the threads.
Okay.
You can kind of see now.
Yeah.
It's much better already. And as I roll it, see, some of it you can't even tell now. But as I roll on top, it kind of presses it down too.
Yeah.
And then it'll be ironed. Everything is all laid out, and now I'm going to mark the fabric.
And you use is that a permanent marker?
This is permanent marker, James, because I like the vibrant colors. I could use chalk, but I just prefer this.
Yeah.
You can see it's so easy, and you only have to mark it one time.
Okay.
And then, James, when we do the actual exact cutting, all these lines get cut off anyway because we're cutting inside those lines.
Okay.
So it's yeah.
So that
it's
just leaves
good.
you a nice little guide there.
Yes, exactly. I'm going to use this cutter today. I'm going to give it a quick brush. Get some of the dust out of this.
You get dusty just from the fabric?
Yeah, it just creates a little dust.
Yeah.
Oh. So this isn't bad. This is good. But I just like to do it now and then. Okay.
Cuts it totally clean.
Yeah, James, if you flip this over, look how clean that is.
So, yeah.
It's so nice.
Wow.
Really enjoy these cutters on this cotton fabric. It's wonderful. Looks good. I'll get some cutting boards out, get a cutter out, and iron these up. They'll be ready for cutting. They're really looking good. They cut up really well. Have a stack of 20 here. What I did was stack 10 different fabrics on each board. We have 20 different fabrics, so our jelly roll set will have 2 strips of each color for a total of 40 strips.
And you did 10 because is that the number of layers that you want to cut?
10 is the number of layers I want to cut, James. That's about the max I want to do of layers that I want to cut in any type of quantity.
Okay.
Yes.
This is half the jelly roll?
This is half. That's the first 10, James. This is, we'll do 4 jelly roll sets. It's 2 of each fabric. So there's 10 different fabrics here. And then from this other 10, 2 fabrics. So 40 total strips, 10, 20, 30, 40, 2 of each. And these will be stacked together and put onto a board.
Nice.
Yes, and nice colors, nice strips. They cut up really nicely. They ironed really nicely.
Great.
They don't flip like cards. They flip like cotton fabric.
Right.
But you can kind of see them.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, look good.
Yeah, I love it.
Really good.
Yeah. Thank you for spending your time with us. We hope you enjoyed the video. If you'd like to help us out, you could press the subscribe button. And until we see you next time, have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.